Hey, I've been playing with something pretty cool, and this is an upcoming CSS capability, which is the ability to transition discrete properties. And one of those would be transitioning to and from display none. So the way to do this would be leveraging another CSS transition value like opacity. And in this demo, I'm doing a really simple, just setting up a checkbox and then showing this adjacent sibling of display on check when the checkbox is checked. So in the initial setup, I have display on check, that element, with opacity 0 and display none. That's the initial state of that element. And then I'm going to enumerate opacity and display to be transitioned using the transition property. And I'm putting both of those at 0.5 seconds. So now display can be transitioned on the same timeline as something like opacity can. So then when we have that checkbox checked, we want to update the styles of its sibling display on check to be opacity 1 and display block. So this is how I'm doing that transition. But there's one final step, and that is setting up this before change state here. So because this element is display none initially, it's not being rendered to the DOM, and we need to tell the browser what the initial value is to calculate the transition from. So here we use @initial, and then we have in this value of checked plus display on check. So when this is checked, the immediate value is opacity 0, so that it's able to transition from opacity 0 to opacity 1 on this timeline, along with display from none to block. So something that you can now do in Canary behind a flag. This is currently in discussion in the CSS working group, so it might change, but it is something that came from the need to transition popovers and other elements that aren't initially rendered to the DOM. So pretty cool, and let me know what you think.